Right. Hey, maybe this time Tip's video won't fucking freeze.
But I will do this.
Just do it. Like, it's 2 weeks in a row that I was editing. I'm like, what the fuck happens to Tip's track? Because it starts off, the first, 2 minutes are perfect, and then
Yeah.
it
Well,
freezes.
I checked it last night, and I only listened to 2 minutes. Or not last night, but when I uploaded it,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, sounds there and everything. Perfect. And then I was like, done.
You stopped listening right when it cut off. That's just what happens.
Yep.
Anyway, hello and welcome to another episode of Why Did I Ask For? As always, I'm your host, Dan. With me today is Patrick.
Well, hello, everyone.
And Tip.
How do you do?
And we're obviously trying something a little different today. We're
Yes.
just doing Skype because us old folk only recently found out that Skype multicam calls are free now.
And easy.
And easy, right.
Just like the prostitutes in Vegas. Go on.
Plus with my the time restraints on my current work schedule, this makes editing a whole lot easier.
Speaking of the prostitutes in Las Vegas.
Right. You weren't supposed to let it slip that I'm a showgirl, but...
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, you remember when we put on the makeup, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean,
that's
that's
exactly
just-
where I was going with that,
They
too.
put two and two together, you're gonna understand what's happening here.
Right. All right, so we have a lot to delve into today. I know we're trying not to do structured things, but there's a lot of information that we have to get through in the next half hour or so.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right into it. Right off the bat, as you may or may not have known if you watched the most recent episode of Recess, Josh and Amber have decided to take their podcast and make their own channel, and they're moving away from Why Did I Ask For, which is totally fine. We support them in everything we do. We hate to see them go, but we wish them the best of luck. And Pat's shedding a few tears and
They grow up so fast, damn it.
Drinking heavily.
he's been
Small
drinking
little-
heavily for weeks.
It's a small little rum and coke.
It's a
eh?
problem.
Well,
It
I
starts
mean-
with one Pat, and then it just becomes
Yeah.
to hell with the
Right.
Coke. Give me the bottle.
Yeah,
Well, it's like you guys were saying earlier before we started recording that both your sons have thrown up in the past couple of days.
hours.
And I was thinking to myself, it's like, well, I threw up on Saturday, but not for the same reason as them.
Well, I mean, your body. Well, before we move on, I would just like to add on that yes, congratulations to Shu and Amber. We wish you guys the best.
Yes.
Good luck.
Just real quick business things to get through. So
Yeah.
obviously, they're leaving us, but it's not on bad terms. We're happy for them. We want them to succeed. So please keep listening to Recess. Watch out. As soon as we find what their YouTube URL is going to be, we will post it on the blog. We'll update it on whatever podcast we do that week. And you can also head on over to Twitter and follow them at the Recess Team. I'm pretty sure.
Where they have a really cool banner cover art where they look like the Recess Team, like the television show. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really awesome. I don't know who. I forget the name of the artist, but they're extremely talented.
So
Very
on a
cool.
completely unrelated note, yet somewhat related note, another piece of news that we have for you.
Tip to go. I'm just kidding.
We have decided to officially make Tip a member of the Why Did I Ask For staff.
That's right.
We know he's been working with us for a while, but he wasn't officially on the staff, but now he is.
Indeed.
And we just want to put it out there that it has nothing to do with Josh and Amber leaving. It also has nothing to do with why Josh and Amber left. Because some people like to make dumb connections on the internet.
Well, you know,
The
I
two
never
are
thought
not
of
related.
any of this before you started
thought of
mentioning
that.
it. But
As this guy here or
Yep,
here.
it's official now. You can follow me on Twitter, the only social media I have, at Why Did Tip.
Excellent choice.
So,
True, go show Tip some love. Give him a follow. Blow up his phone like I did.
yeah,
And Tip will give you just the tip.
just the tip.
Hold
It's
on
actually
now.
really funny. I set everything up with the Twitter, and before Dan started blowing up my phone, I had a follower, and I was like, well, who the fuck's going to follow me? I don't know anybody. It was my aunt. I don't know how she figured it out so fast, but it's like it popped up
What?
and she's my follower.
Like,
Yeah.
You sound
Right
like Doc
away?
Brown from Back to the Future. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
Just like, I don't know if she was waiting. Like, there he is. And that was
Maybe,
that.
Yeah, she just spends all day on the computer going, one day Tip will sign up. Oh, wait, there he is.
Yep.
She was waiting. She was waiting for you.
She was on it.
Yep.
So anyway, that's pretty much the big news that's happened. So obviously we're going to keep all the old Recess stuff on our channel, because what the hell's the sense of depriving you guys from that or making you completely switch to another channel. But they will be continuing. I believe they said they're going to start the beginning of next month, so at the beginning of May, they will have their own channel. They'll be putting up their own content. Recess Podcast moves over there. So yeah, go show them some love, subscribe to their channel, all that stuff. And we wish them the best.
Yes.
Yes,
Now,
very much so.
as for Why Did Ask For, so down 2, up 1, so we're really only one man short. We are also, there you go, at Why Did Tip. We are also sort of taking a hiatus, sort of. We'll still put the podcast up every week, especially if you guys like this format, because it'll be so much easier to make sure that I get it out every week, because I haven't been getting it out. Because I'm
That's
too
what she
late. Because I'm just too lazy to edit. It takes forever. But yeah, we will probably until June, I would say, the only thing that's coming out on the channel, unless you guys have any backups for Ghostbusters. The only thing that's going to be coming out is the podcast, because we're going to spend the next month and a half developing a bunch of new shows.
Yep.
Yes.
Some
Very exciting.
Very exciting stuff. As Pat alluded to earlier,
Well, should we really say that right now? I was just kind of messing around.
Well, cat's
all right,
out of the
fair
bag
enough.
now.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. No, we'll,
Cat's back in the bag.
Put the cat back in the bag.
we'll shove the cat back in there.
Tip's cat. It would be like Julian when he gets a hold of Tip's cat and puts him in a bag and swirls him around his head. And cat lives for 20 more years.
No, that never happened, did it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
that cat lived 20 more years.
That's the reason why we said he lived just to spite Julian.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so business out of the way.
Yep.
Well, not quite. There's one other thing. So for all you Spotify users out there, I don't know when it's going to be ready. Tip has more information on that, but we are putting together a Spotify playlist of all of our favorite music, and it'll help you get to know us a little bit better as individuals.
Yeah.
You want to take it from there, Tip? Let us
Yeah,
know.
I've got the list of all the songs pretty much, waiting for a few more. And once I build it, get a title, I'll be sure to tweet it. We'll announce it on the blog, on podcast, and hopefully you guys can listen to it. You'll get to know us a little better. All of these things. God, Pat.
Sorry.
All these songs, my
paying
picks
I am. Go on, Tip. I'm sorry.
bring a lot of emotion and memories to me, and I'm sure it's the same with you guys, where it's like,
No.
no, you just like the
In all
music.
honesty, the list that I sent you, there's a few of them, like some of the more punk songs. They remind me of a period of time, I guess.
Yeah,
But pretty much
Yeah.
everything else is just like, that's a really kick-ass song.
yeah. Like for me, I've associated it my groups. Hey, this was going on in my life at this point. This was going on in my life at this point, and there's certain groups of songs where I listen to them. It's like, yeah, that was spent in a smoke-filled pool hall for 4 years.
See, that's awesome. Tip has memories of it being in I'm assuming a marijuana plant. Dan had his songs picked from when he had his first period. This is a great thing.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. Hey, it's
You
because
really-
you picked on
you
me for
don't-
my song.
Look, I was going to say, you don't want to get into fucking song selection here.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the songs that I
There's
select.
everything wrong with fucking
Beautiful.
Duran Duran and fucking Fall Out Boy.
Look, man, I'm a loyalist. I'm a loyalist. What can I say?
Loyalist.
Yeah, I stick with the band until they plow into the ground and wail past into hell. And
Well, I don't know. I don't know about Duran Duran, but Fall Out Boy, fuck, they had like one good song and then nosedive.
I don't know.
Garbage.
I will-
Which song was the good one?
Like their first single.
Talking about sugar, we're going down swinging. Tip, don't pretend you don't know the name of the song.
I know all the songs' names.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But then also Dan was criticizing me because I put Green Day in there.
yeah,
And-
well, I mean, look, I'll admit I was a Green Day fan back in the day. I like their earlier stuff. Most of their new stuff is okay, but I wouldn't say I'm a huge Green Day fan like you.
Well, I mean, it's just because I think what happened, I was a little bit older when I discovered them. And honestly, this is gonna sound really stupid. I just like the music. Like what they were saying, I wasn't really even paying attention to. I was just like, man, that's really good guitar. Man, that's really good drums. What's going on here? And then eventually, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they.
What? Why do
They
you
say-
hurt me, Pat? Why do you hurt me?
No, please, why?
Because as a guitar player, that hurts me.
That I
Oh, it's
enjoyed
really
guitar.
good guitar. No, it's not.
Okay, I just got into that.
It's
Before
really
that,
simple guitar.
before that, I was into a lot of 80s stuff, Duran Duran and all that. So that for me was like the next step, and
Journey.
it was
I
a
was
pain-
gonna put a shitload
Hey,
of Journey
Journey.
on my list.
There is nothing wrong with
No,
Journey.
absolutely
No.
not. We can all agree on that. Journey is awesome.
Do not
I
stop
was
believing
gonna
it.
put like probably 12 Journey songs on my thing, but I was like, nah, I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't do that.
Oh man.
Just for the sake of the younger folk, you know.
You know,
Yeah.
that's something that is kind of weird because I've noticed this trend, especially with our generation and going back, and maybe one more generation ahead of us, is that even though Journey is this really, it's older band, it still sticks. People still connect with it.
You know what I think
Because
that
you
is
can't
though.
Stop believing.
What's that?
Partially because they can't stop believing. No, but I think part of it is because of Guitar Hero, or Rock Band, or whichever.
That-
It was Guitar Hero because they did more than
Was
a
it the
feeling.
first one? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, I know they were on Rock Band as well, but like that. I don't know. Even most of the songs that are on there are like, not Journey related, but like most of the Rock Band songs or Guitar Hero
Yeah.
songs, they were like they're okay songs, but the kids would play them over and over and over again to try and perfect those games when those games were huge. So I've listened to that Journey song 100,000 times. Yeah, it's okay, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what really makes me laugh about that Journey song, "Can't Stop Believing"? No,
Don't stop believing.
More Than a Feeling
More than a feeling.
is that was around the time when cell phones you could put you could just start putting songs per person. Like each person got a ringtone. It could be an
Oh, yeah.
MP3. So my really good friend, we were both in college at the time, and I was calling him to find him at the Union, and I just hear it start blaring on his phone, and this girl looks at him and goes, "Is that your girlfriend?" And I just walk up behind him and was like, "No, it's me. I'm his hetero life mate."
I'm the J to his Silent Bob, so to speak.
Yeah, and it was just one of those funny things where we both got really into Rock Band. He's like, "That's your ringtone now," and I probably cost him a date. It's
I will say, Guitar Hero is the only reason I ever found Dragon Force.
yeah.
And that surprised the
Um,
shit out of me because, like, you beat the whole game and then this song comes up at the end. You're like, what the hell is this?
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Dragon Force for the Saturn?
No.
No, the band.
Ah. Go on.
We finally got.
Go on there.
That's very
Yeah.
accurate, Pat. It's very accurate.
I'm going to draw on the tears.
Like I said, I would say they suck. I like some of their music, but not much.
It's okay.
I don't
I-
put down Green Day the way I put down Fall Out Boy because fuck Fall Out Boy.
Look, okay, here's the thing. With Green Day, I think I'm one of the rare fans that actually understands why people don't like them, and I get it. They they're them. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just something about them that I dig. I don't know if it's just I take it from like they're almost making fun of other songs style thing. And they've been around for so long, and they're already going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't think they have been yet, but they're still making music.
What I like about Green Day is that they just do them. They don't pander to the masses.
That's true.
No, I'll give him
Whatever
that.
it is
Like,
they're doing, whether people like
Yeah.
it or not, they just do it.
yeah,
so.
I'll give him that. He's not like, because I think with me, because I discovered them when I was very young, and then I got into punk rock, and I was like, Green Day's punk rock, right? And my buddy was like, no. I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, this is punk rock. And then he showed me like,
Holiday in
fucking-
Cambodia.
Yeah. No, but he showed me like Rancid, No Effects, Less Than Jake, like
Yeah.
Millencolin, fucking all this shit, right? And I was like, oh, this is punk rock. Yeah, that's not Green Day's not punk rock. And for
Well, you
whatever
know-
reason, that stuck with me. So I'm like, fuck Green Day, they're not punk. And I know in interviews, like the lead singer's been like, we were called a punk band at one time, but he's like, I just write music, and however
Yeah.
it comes out, comes out. And I can respect that. It's just not my thing. That's why I don't
Yeah.
shit on Green Day.
I will
But-
say this. I will say this though, a lot of their music has been overused to a fault. Like, "Time of Your Life" has been
Yes.
destroyed
Yes.
because now it's no longer a fun, cool song. It's just everybody's graduation song.
I was just gonna say
It's-
they picked that for our fucking grade 12 graduation. I'm like, why?
Exactly, and it made no sense, and it made no sense to the
Well,
kids
like-
at that time.
To me, when I'm sitting there and I hear that song, and they're playing it for graduations, it's like, okay, well, how many of these kids died? Because that's the vibe I get from this song is, hey, someone died,
One.
and this is a funeral song.
One.
That's a good assessment. Yeah.
You had one, I had one. Pat, was there someone that died in your class?
Oh yeah, same guy. Well, not my class. I guess during the time I was at school.
Same
You're
guy.
Talking about the guy who had the salad named after him, right?
No, he was actually a year older than me.
You're not talking about? Are you talking about Bo? By any chance?
Yeah, I am talking about Bo.
That's
He's a
what
year
I
old-
was talking about. They had a salad named after him called the Cobb salad at Village Inn.
Yeah, but
He
his
used to
brother.
eat it all the time.
Yes, his brother was in my class.
Wait,
Bo was.
We had a tell
Hang
me
on a second. The Cobb salad was renamed after this guy?
No, it's a dumb joke.
Okay,
He
because I'm
died.
like, because Cobb salad
Yeah.
is a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, because his name was Bo Cobb.
All right.
So rest in peace,
Yeah.
Bo Cobb. Go on.
In case your
it was
family's
just one of
watching,
those-
we're sorry.
Yes.
Wait, is this the guy
I-
that like was being drunk and stupid and jumped in front of a car?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys talked about that before, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. But yeah, no, you're totally right.
The
Like
very
that,
first
songs
line.
like that get overused for graduation and shit. I'm like, who the hell was the first person to decide that was a graduation song?
The class of 03. That was the first year that I think it came out. And ever since then, at first maybe it was
It's been out for a long time, Pat.
But you know what else it reminds me of? It reminds me of the other song that's like, "Will you remember me? Will I remember you?" You remember that one? Don't let your life pass you by.
No,
No.
You can't tell me you never heard that song. Okay.
I'm sure we have, but I mean,
Boy, do I have homework for you
you're
guys.
clearly not the greatest singer.
You know what? I was performing just for you guys. So I understand.
By the way, sweet fucking shirt, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
I like it.
I'm really.
The fact that he's got the shades on.
Yeah.
Dude, I got this at
Also-
It's
As I
kind
said
of drawing
before-
my attention away from all the advertisements on Pat's screen,
It's true. Yeah.
all the sponsorships.
Oh,
I
don't get me started. Do not get me started.
I have to say that Pat's got a very Ray Narvaez Jr. look about him today.
Hey, don't compare me to the youngins. Look, we were both from the Mexican heritage here, but unfortunately, we all grow beards
I was
way
gonna
too
say, I
fast.
think it's the glasses and the beard more than anything.
Yeah, it's that, and then also, but I'm not as dark complexed as my fellow man there. But also, I'm a lot older and a lot heavier.
Same.
But crap, I was going somewhere with this. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I forget what I was saying.
Perfect.
It's not important. Yeah.
Mission accomplished, Tip.
Hey, Ray makes a lot of money doing Twitch streams. Makes a lot of
what
money.
you're-
doing Twitch.
so,
So
what you're
speaking
saying
of
is you're
Ray-
quitting Why Did Ask For and you're starting streaming full time?
No, I'm gonna start an imposter Ray channel, and just no, that wouldn't work.
What would
out.
you
And
call it? Like Light Brown Man?
Let's see. Well, I mean, never mind. I'm gonna make some horribly jokes here.
Yeah, let's just move away from the color conversation.
I'm not. You know,
Yeah,
kids
I
grew
hear
up
you.
earlier today. Please, let's go on. So, Tip, you said you threw up this weekend.
Yes, I did.
Did you go to a party? I'm assuming, or
No, what happened
the
was
party came to you.
no. Dallas Stars are in the NHL playoffs,
Oh, nice.
which is great. Even better is their #1 seed. So my cousin, he had a get together. We cooked a brisket for 12 hours and drank all day. Yeah, I see that, Dan. But we cooked a brisket for 12 hours, and then the things that I remember from that night, well, actually the whole night because I didn't drink too much. But I remember seeing the greatest goal I've ever seen in my life, where the puck ricocheted off the Stars player over the net. Damn it, Pat!
Go on.
Down the back of the goalie into the goal.
Oh yeah.
And the announcer's like, playoff hockey. Sometimes you gotta pee in the sink.
Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that to us.
Yeah. And I was like, well, that's it. That's my new saying. Sometimes you gotta pee in the sink.
Okay,
So then-
gentlemen.
It
I'm sorry,
apparently
Tip, go
applies to
Oh.
everything.
Yeah. So then we were drinking and the game ended. So we thought, well, let's play ping pong and
As you do.
do a lot of stupid stuff that people in their 30s shouldn't do.
Right.
And I overstimulated myself. I moved too much after eating 4 pounds of brisket.
Okay.
Oh man.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that. And I overstimulated myself and threw up.
And I know 4 pounds of brisket. That's what Tip calls it nowadays. Sorry.
It's better than checking your email.
That's the that's the
No. No. You don't tell the check your email story here. Maybe
No.
one day in the future for Extra Life or something, we'll tell that story, but otherwise we'll get murdered.
Well, that's just going to go down in Why Did Ask For lore.
Okay.
Like 20 years from now, what's the check your email story?
Okay, guys,
Maybe.
have you ever peed in the sink?
No.
Yes.
Dan answered too quickly there.
I haven't. I've thought about it, but I haven't.
Let's explore the reasons why you might need to. Tip, why did you pee in the sink?
The toilet was otherwise disposed.
Okay, yes, that is an excellent reason.
Why wouldn't you just run outside?
Sink was closer.
And not only that, but I mean, like, okay, for me, I was on a 3rd-story apartment complex, so it was like I can't.
I would have peed off the balcony in that case.
Oh no, that would immediate get kicked out of the apartment. And already the people downstairs were a pain in the butt as it was.
I have a weird thing about like doing that. It's either gonna be in a toilet or outside. I can't pee in a sink. I can't pee in the shower. I mean,
We just had a conversation about how you pee everywhere
physically I
before the
can,
podcast.
but like in the sink or in the shower, I never could do it. I was like, no, I don't know. There's something weird about it to me.
Let me guess. You're the guy that cleans the shower.
No,
You're not.
no,
Oh, okay. I was just taking a shot.
no. My wife does it, but no, it was even before. It was like long before.
He has
I
no
met my
problem
wife and
peeing on his
everything.
wife, by the way.
No,
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Golden showers.
No, I don't. I'm scared. I'm nervous.
I walk in the
But,
room. She's got the tarp out. I'm like, all right, this again.
But yeah,
This took a weird turn.
But no, I don't know what it is. It's like it's almost like a compulsion where like I'm like I really have to go, but I can't go in the shower and I can't go in a sink. I'll run
Well,
outside.
let me tell you. It's only in desperation times that happens. It's not like, oh, hey, I'm bored. I'm gonna go pee in the sink.
No,
It's
but
just
I've never run into a situation where it's like I really have to go and the sink's the only option.
Oh, okay.
Never happened.
You see, when I was in drum corps, for people that don't know, that's just like a. Oh, Ripley, hey, work with me. It's like a national. They hate the word marching band, but it doesn't include like wind instruments. It's just brass and percussion. We used to take these long bus rides because we had to be from one state to another state within a night. And I'll never forget. One night, I didn't get a chance to go to the bathroom. Worst mistake of my life. 16-hour drive. I couldn't pee the entire time. When I got there, I was literally walking like, hey, Patrick, we got to go put the sleeping bags away. We got to go set up the thing. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I mean, I literally thought I was going to have to go to the hospital because of how bad it was. And then they do this thing, which reasonably it makes sense. On the buses, on the charter buses, they get a steel plate and they bolt it to the top of the toilet seat so that nobody goes to the bathroom on the bus, because then it would stink up the bus and we're traveling for 16 hours. But, oh man,
That's terrible.
Why
That
put
was-
a toilet on a bus if you're just gonna?
To be
Actually, that's pretty.
assholes.
because, yeah, that's why. Because it was a drum bus, and also they didn't want anybody to take a dump on the bus and then for it to stink up the entire bus for 16 hours.
So my next question for you, Pat, is why not just empty bottle of Gatorade? Why wait 16 hours?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. The several thousand people, 100 people around me. I wasn't just on the bus by myself.
Dude, when you
They
gotta
would have
pee
seen
that
me.
bad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then at the time, there was this girl that I liked, and she was sitting in the seat like in front of me and then to the right. So if I had done that, I'm like,
She
hold
would've
on,
looked
everybody,
behind-
I
she would've
gotta
looked
take
behind
care
and
of
been like,
this.
She would have
"Oh,
seen the
Pat."
pecker, and then she would have laughed.
Aw, damn.
That's not nice. I just remembered something about a pee story. So never peed in the shower, never peed in a sink, but When I was younger, I played hockey. Obviously, I'm Canadian. And it was like the first year that I was allowed to play goal, because I always wanted to be a goalie, but my dad was like, "No way, not happening." So I finally got to play goalie, and I was playing one game. It was a really boring game because like the other team just was really bad. And so I'm down at the other end most of the game by myself, and we didn't have like intermissions like NHL does. At younger ages, it's the whole game all at once. So like halfway through the last period, I was trying to flag my dad down because I had to pee, and he was the coach, and I was like, pull me, I gotta go. Didn't see me, and I didn't think that, once we get a whistle, I could just go to the bench and say, hey, gotta pull me, I gotta go to the washroom. Anyway, stuck it out to the end of the game, rushed into the locker room.
Uh-huh.
And if you ever put on goalie equipment before, there's about 16 straps for each pad that you have to take off before you can get the pants down to pee. I ended up filling up my jock strap.
Oh.
I got so close. I got the pads off. I got the pants down. I started running towards the washroom. I was like, nope, it's coming.
Well,
it was the
you
only
gotta
time
go,
that I've
you gotta
ever
go, man.
involuntarily pissed myself. Worst feeling ever. In front of the whole team, too.
So you voluntarily pissed yourself?
No, it just came out. Like, I didn't...
But
like,
you said that's the only time you've only involuntarily. That must mean you must do it voluntarily all the time.
well, yeah.
Well, I mean, we do
I
voluntarily
choose
pee
to
on
go
a
to
regular
the
basis
washroom
if you
when I
think
go.
about it. Oh, but you're saying
What I'm saying is it started coming out. I didn't push. It
Oh,
just started to flow on its own.
Then maybe your case was a little bit worse than mine, because
Yeah,
as
was in
bad
front
as
of
it
the whole
was,
team.
because after a while it just starts going numb, and then you're like, I can't do this anymore. What's going on?
Yeah. And the bad thing, too, is like I didn't have a spare clothes or anything. So I had to wear... Because at the time I was still young, so I never... Other kids would like strip down to their underwear, but I would keep my pants on
Yeah.
when I got changed. So like I peed through what I had, so I had to drive home with my dad in piss-soaked pants, and it was bad.
Oh man, I have one more pee-related story, and then we should probably move on from talking about this.
I'm just amazed that this is the
This is what
second
we
time.
time.
It's like we started off with sorry to see you go, Josh and Amber, ended on piss.
Yep.
Who
I
knew?
mean, anyway,
Go on.
okay, again, but I'm scared here. I'm scared now because it's another drum corps related story. And what had happened was I was a part of the contrabass line, which is essentially tubas, and they would kill me if I said that, but actually it is the bass
Did
section.
you play Contra?
Yeah, it's a great video game.
Fucking
And
sweet.
Contra 4 was. I think it was Contra 2. Anyway, that's the point of the story. Anyway, we're there. We're about to go on to the show. There's 12 of us, and our section leader comes up to us and says, "Hey, if you guys got to pee, you better go now because it's too late to go in about like 15 minutes." We're like, "Well, we're never going to make it to a bathroom because we're outside of a stadium in a parking lot, and we would have to run all the way into the stadium and run all the way out. There's no way we'd make it."
Right.
But
I'm sure if their entire Contra line was gone, they'd wait.
they would. It's like we would get in trouble for it. There's just no way. I mean, we would have. Yeah, they probably would have waited for us, but we would have lost our spot in the competition. We would have gone down a ranking overall in the country, and that would have been really bad.
Oh.
Well, but luckily there was a brook nearby, and I think I told this story
Was
on the
she hot?
Ghostbusters play. Brook? No.
That was one hell of a shot.
Yeah, man. Anyway, so there was like this little river brook thingy nearby, and we kind of ran off there. And it's the first time in my life, because I had to pee pretty badly that time too. And after that incident with the bus, I was never gonna let that happen again.
Right.
I was standing very non-gay-like next to 12 guys, and we're all peeing into the river at the same time.
Why is it necessary to point out that it was very non-gay-like?
Because
Well,
the
and
other
besides
12
that,
guys.
what the
Okay,
fuck
look,
is
I
it
was
you
extraordinarily
drag line?
uncomfortable because I'm very self-conscious. I myself am like very like shy and very nervous around people. So for me to do that, it was a big, huge step in that.
Okay.
Till then, I had never showered in a public shower with other people before, and
Okay.
it was very unnerving.
All right.
It's a trauma, Dan. Why do you have to bring it up like that?
I'm just curious. I was wondering why it had to be specified.
Not all of us have jock straps to pee into, man.
That's why when I watched, what was it, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? You know, the I filled the cup line?
Yes.
That never sat well with me. I was
'Cause you
like,
filled the
I've done
cup.
that, but with pee.
Uh,
I remembered something and then I forgot it. Thanks, Pat.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm here for.
Oh, I was going to say my new favorite game is getting Pat to tell a story and then trying to derail him.
yes.
Because that's pretty fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's kind of easy to do too.
Here, I'm writing a. Well, it is very easy to do because I keep forgetting what I'm saying sometimes. But I'm doing an artist representation of that day. It's not very good, but there we were. we were all holding hands.
Holding hands
That's me.
peeing in a non-gay way.
That's me.
Yeah.
Why is the pee coming from like slightly to the right of you?
I mean, it just got everywhere, and then we didn't get in trouble, but we almost got in trouble because, you know, it was the park security was there for the stadium, and they came over to us, and I guess because I hate to say this because it was a guy, he looked at us and he's just like, all right, and then immediately we stopped, got our horns, and we ran off and did that. But man, that was a very satisfying piss if I ever had one.
Anything final from you, Tip? Because I got one more thing.
Yes. Is that a picture of Mount Rushmore behind you?
Ah, interesting you should ask. So, this actually brings up something else. In our process of what I asked for, we were trying to get an
couldn't see it.
artist to draw some sort of caricature of the staff at the time. And I've recently contacted her, and she's doing some characters of us. And she sent me mine, and it looks fucking awesome, but even though it's not colored in yet. So, look forward to your guys' soon. That
Ooh,
picture
awesome.
is something that I had her draw a long time ago. And actually, give me a sec, I'll go grab it. So, I don't know if you recognize any of these characters.
I see Axl Rose.
Nope.
That is Captain
Porky
Jack
Ro-
Sparrow, next to what I can assume is a Terminator with long hair. That is Ringo Starr there in the middle, and the guy with
Guy
the
all the way up.
bandana is Axl Rose.
No. So these are my
It's
four.
Metallica.
These are my four favorite guitar players. This right here, sorry I didn't mean to flip you off, is Kirk Hammett from Metallica.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
This is Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. This one. This guy right here is Randy Rhoads,
Ah,
and this is Zach Wilde.
Wow.
got it.
So she just took pictures from the internet and put them together as if it was Mount Rushmore. Because at one point in my life, I was going to get this tattooed on my back.
Ooh.
But then I decided, as good of a drawing as it is, it's not good enough for a tattoo. Because I would want somebody that actually does portrait drawings to do that, and she's more of a cartoony. She did a great job on it, and I love the picture, but I'd rather keep it as a picture on my wall.
I draw.
No, and I
shapes.
told her that.
I draw.
Oh.
Spirograph?
Yes.
Do you remember those things? You put your thing in, and it just rotates around and makes a cool pattern.
I
so
draw
much
useless
so that I
things.
hung it on my wall.
Yeah. So yeah, her name is Melanie, and she's doing drawings of us, and we'll have those up. She's gonna do our YouTube banner, and we're gonna have individual pictures of the four of us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Wait.
Please don't make me fat, Melanie. Please. Don't do it.
She's going off of whatever she can find on Facebook.
So I am going to be fat.
So she's not gonna have anything on me. Awesome.
No, because at the time I was talking to her, you weren't staff yet, but we will get her some pictures of you or whatever. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was, and it's a question that I asked you guys earlier. It was, am I a redneck yet?
Oh, no.
So the
That's
reason I
right.
asked that is because my daughter had a play date today with one of her friends. They took her to Sparks, which is like the baby version of Girl Guides in Canada, anyway. So it
Okay.
was the mother of the friend was going to show up sometime after she got off the bus. So picked the kid up off the bus, walked over to the front yard, and I was like, well, we might as well just play outside. It's a nice day. I'll do some yard work. You kids play in the driveway. And they were cool with that. So I rake up the yard. And then I'm looking at my rose bushes, and I'm like, I really got to do something with these because like 5 years ago when I bought the house, I said I'm gonna do something with those, and I never did. Kind of like Pat's smoke detector, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Beep.
You see, laziness is something.
I didn't want to let that slip, and then this happened today, and I just had to ask a question. So I finally was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So my mother used to tell me that every year my grandfather would, in the fall, he would take his chainsaw, and he would go and cut down my grandmother's rose bushes, like almost right to the bottom. And the following year, they would always come back and be beautiful, full rose bushes. So I said, I need to cut mine down, but I don't have a chainsaw and I don't have any sort of trimmer or hedge clipper or anything. So I grabbed my tool bag and I said, what do I have in here that I can use to trim these bushes? And what I found was some wire cutters and a
Okay.
drywall saw.
Okay.
And this is what I used to cut my rose bushes down.
That's some good improvisation there.
That's what I thought. I was impressed with
Yeah.
myself that I found it. What the fuck is that?
There you go, Melanie. I saved you 20 minutes of work.
Mel, no, don't.
Anyway,
Deep
but
that's
that's that is very close to being a redneck there, Dan. That's
It
very-
is.
I
very
like
close,
how Pat's drawings are in his planner, his
Yeah.
2016 planner.
Well, I mean, that's my plan. These are plans. I'm saving them for later.
That does not make you a redneck.
Does it not?
It make not quite.
I think it makes you resourceful.
More like
Yeah.
MacGyver?
Yeah, more like
All
MacGyver.
right. I almost got the hair for it, too. I might actually get a haircut tomorrow. Next week, I'm going to blow your fucking minds.
Check this out.
Holy shit.
For the video podcast, the audio podcast tip is
Dude, your
taking
hair
the
does
slick
not
back
look that
hair,
long at all.
and it's going up at least 4 inches in the air.
Yep.
That's like a solid 5.5.
To remind our listening audience, we're talking
That's
about
what she
hair.
said.
We weren't talking
But
about
yeah,
hair at all.
that,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I don't think you're a redneck because I've always been taught that a redneck isn't the lack of common sense; it's the the awareness of common sense, and the choosing to ignore it
No.
because
See,
they're
and I
trying
said
to.
this before because if anybody knows who Jeff Foxworthy is, he was a very popular comedian in the '90s, and he does the "you might be a redneck" things, and he always says that a redneck is somebody with a complete and utter lack of sophistication.
Oh, then I guess you're a redneck.
So that's why I asked the question. 'Cause I was like, it could
Just
be. All right, so I want to thank everybody for listening and watching and all that fun stuff. So since Amber's gone, I guess I'm going to be taking over the Twitter account.
God help
That'll
us.
be interesting. So I'll try and post a little bit more. I may or may not give the passwords out to everybody else. I haven't decided yet.
It'll be in next week's video. Just scrolling
Yeah.
across the bottom.
Yeah, well,
We're gonna hand out the Twitter account password to all of our.
to everybody.
Yes,
you guys
everyone.
can all
Get in
access it
there.
and tweet on our behalf.
Right.
Because Tip wants us to break Twitter.
Yep. Hashtag break Twitter.
There you go.
All right.
All right, so thanks for everybody for watching, and hopefully we made you think, why did Ask For?
Why did end?
Bye.